Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Good morning, Chairman Saab. Good morning.
Yes, sir. So I'm calling Madam's office. I'll request her to join. Give me a moment.
कैसे हैं यशवंत जी? कैसे हैं? अच्छे हैं?
Good morning, Yashwant.
हाँ सर.
पण तुमचं म्हणणं तुम्ही तिथे तुमचं म्हणणं तुम्ही सांगितलेलं आहे कधी
Yashwant, are you able to hear us?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Good morning, Rajendra Kumar sir. Yes. So it's 11:35, I think. So let us start. Members are joining in.
Yes, sir. No problem. I'm ready.
Yes. Even Chitray sir said he would be joining. He has a DC meeting going on.
Yes.
So he would join shortly. Yeah.
Abhishek, I think Krishna Mishra ma'am has joined.
Yeah, she's joined. Yeah. I think so. Let us start. Bamne sir, can you play the video? Yes. Namaste, madam. Good morning. Ma'am, you are on mute mode.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Yes. Good
Good
morning.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I welcome Honorable Chief Commissioner CGST Pune 1, Srimati Krishna Mishra Madam. I also welcome CA Rajendra Kumar P. He is Chairman of GST Committee of ICAI. I also welcome CA Yashwant Kasar, WRC members. I also welcome all the members who have joined here. Friends, CA Day Sanvad Satra is planned especially for our to interact with all the stakeholders to understand their perspective due to change in COVID scenario, to understand from them what are their expectations from chartered accountant, and also to tell us what work our fellow members have done in terms of technical contribution of uh, in respect of GST, in respect of income tax. We have with us Sri Rajendra Kumar P. So in first segment, we would be having Rajendra Kumar P telling us about initiatives of Indirect Taxes Committee and GST Committee of ICI. Then we would hear from Krishna Mishra Madam about what are her expectations from Chartered Accountant, what are the changes in department views, or due to COVID, what are the new initiatives also taken at their end. And in the last segment, we would be having question answer session. If any member has queries, they may raise hand through this Zoom meeting app, and we will be interacting. We can enable your mic from here, and we can unmute you. So with this, I request Rajendra Kumar P. Sir to please take over the charge of the session and guide us and tell us about the initiatives of Indirect Tax Committee of ICA.
Honorable Abhishek Damneji, the chairman of the Pune branch of the WRC of ICAI, very esteemed Madam Krishna Mishra ji, the chief commissioner of the Pune zone, Yashwant Kasar ji, the regional council member, other esteemed members of the Pune branch who have assembled here. A very warm good morning to each and every one of you. I'm confident that all of you are safe. You, your family, and all your near and dear ones are keeping good health. These are very unique times in the history of humanity and mankind. And as all of you are aware, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, in its tech initiatives, is keeping the members extremely busy in their respective homes for about 5 to 6 hours in a day on a daily basis. In these last 4 to 5 months, very, very distinguished bureaucrats, politicians, leaders of parties, intellectuals, well-read gentlemen, and also professionals, those who are experts in subjects, have come on our institute's platform and delivered their thoughts for the betterment of all of us. The institute is in the forefront of working for the members and also with the government. As a creation of the Parliament, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India Act 1949, the institute works along with the government and also facilitates its members. As a regulator of the profession of accountancy in India, and also as a facilitator for the members and students, the institute has a very, very delicate role to play. Rather, the institute is expected to walk on eggs without breaking them. Esteemed friends, it is a great pleasure that we have with us the Honorable Chief Commissioner of Pune Zone, Madam Krishna Mishra ji. I salute her dedication and I also wish her well in all her endeavors. Madam, the GST and Indirect Taxes Committee of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is working shoulder to shoulder with all the arms of the implementation of GST in India, whether it is CBIC, the GST Council, or the GSTN. We act as a bridge between the taxpayers and the government. The committee regularly conducts programs. The committee very recently embarked upon publishing 11 short publications on GST procedural aspects. Rather, if I could name it, registration, job work, annual returns, e-way bills, reverse charge, TDS in GST, TCS in GST, and so on. 10 more publications are in the pipeline, making it will be 21 publications in the current year. Very, very short publications, not exceeding more than 60 to 100 pages. Because we feel these short publications will not only help the professionals, but also every single stakeholder interested in GST. Above all this, the committee regularly interacts with the government just before the GST Council meeting, meets the regulators, meets the bureaucrats in the North Block, and regularly also organizes programs for every state government and central government officials or the departments whoever require GST programs. As the chairman of the GST and Indirect Taxes Committee, I endeavored to meet almost all the state commissioners of the SGST. We started off in February, but then due to Corona times, we could meet only about 4 to 5 state commissioners. In fact, our background material on GST, the latest background material will be released within a week's time after the amendments were carried out in the Union Budget, February 2020. It's a flagship publication, madam, and it is sent to all the departments of the government, whether it is central, state, and all the major PSUs in the country, so that we can share our knowledge, we can share the GST thoughts in our background material, which almost comes in 2 volumes. Madam, the institute is always in the forefront to ensure proper tax compliance in the country. We promote tax compliance, we ensure tax compliance, and any single aspect of violation is looked upon by the institute's mechanism, the disciplinary committee, in a very, 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 very strong manner. Sri Chandrasekhar Chitale, the Central Council member from Pune, a very esteemed, well-read and an intellectual personality, is one of the judges on the disciplinary committee of the ICAI. And today, the disciplinary committee meeting is going on a virtual mode, whereby chartered accountants who have violated the code of our profession, who have violated the normal norms in the society, are being tried and punished also. yes, it is very difficult a situation when we punish professionals, when we punish people, but then if wrongdoings are done, there's no other option but to punish. Esteemed Madam, it's a great honor that our committee works shoulder to shoulder with every arm of the GST implementation, GST legislative bodies, especially the Fitment Committee also, wherein we give numerous suggestions on a regular basis on the rates, etc. We also have numerous chapters outside the country, especially in the UAE, in the GCC countries, where VAT has been implemented, and our institute regularly conducts not only programs, but also has discussion with the regulators in respective countries. In my personal capacity, Madam, I am associated with the OECD, where India is a government of India's 2 representatives are in the steering committee. And as a subject expert, we are in the technical advisory group so that we interact with the international bodies of about 150 countries plus countries in the world who implement GST or VAT in the same manner as we are. It's a proud moment that a department like the excise department and the service tax department converged into GST and accepted and very, very nicely, smoothly implemented this legislation. The country is proud of each and every tax official. And with these opening remarks, I hand over the proceedings back to the organizers. Thank you, Madam, and thank you all for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sir, would you like to share insights about GST help desk?
Yes, in fact, our president ICAI, in fact, I thought I could speak a little while later on that, but since you have prompted me, our president ICAI is designing a GST help desk at each and every branch of the ICAI. In fact, in our discussion with the government has advised that each and every district of this country, about 700 and odd districts in this country, must have a GST help desk where anyone can walk in and get their doubts or get their queries clarified. Now, this initiative, we'll be taking it jointly with the Government of India, and very soon, the Honorable President ICAI will announce the launch of GST help desks in the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for insights and telling us about, updating us about the activities of Indirect Taxes Committee of ICAI. May I now request Honorable Krishna Mishra Madam to please share her views on latest development due to COVID-19, department's view, various initiatives taken by the department to counter the situation, and also to share about expectation from chartered accountants. Over to you, Madam.
Good morning, everybody. Namaskar. Thank you, Abhishek, for having given me this opportunity to participate in this session of the Pune branch of the ICAI. I think I've always been associated with the Chartered Accountants Institute ever since I took charge as Principal Commissioner Pune 1 in August last year. So in most of your meetings or most of your national conventions or meetings of the ICAI, I've always been a part, and it's a pleasure to be a part of this esteemed gathering even today. Though this is a virtual one, this is the first virtual one, I think, with the Chartered Accountants. Otherwise, we physically meet and greet each other, but it's a wonderful opportunity anyhow. I also would like to wish you belatedly a very happy Chartered Accountants Day too, because I think yesterday we had a number of days being celebrated. Yesterday was the 3rd year of GST. Yesterday was Chartered Accountants Day. Yesterday was National Doctors Day also. And of course, it's been nice. Everybody's been celebrating. And when we were celebrating 3 years of GST, I just wanted to look back And, we have done starting from July 1st, 2017. We are on to 2nd July 2020. So 3 years have elapsed since it was introduced. And an anniversary, as you know, is a good occasion to pat your back. But at the same time, one also gets an opportunity to stand back and take a step back and reflect at what has happened and what has it come up to our expectations. Because when GST was launched, the businesses, the officers, the nation had a particular view that taxation, indirect taxation would become easier, compliances would be easier, and the multiple tax rates, 17 odd taxes being subsumed, it would make things much easier. Have we been able to reach those expectations is the question when you look back at all the 3 years that have passed. Yes, there have been many hits and misses. Yes, there have been achievements. There have been some misses at some places. Being a new tax, and it's a complicated tax, and we never expected things to go very smoothly from the beginning. But still, we are happy with what we have achieved. I'm sure the businesses had a tough time in the beginning, but now I think things have stabilized and we are moving ahead. But for COVID coming in between, I suppose that has also made us step back and again look at what is required to be done for the trade. Because in a way, COVID has come in handy because we have entered the digital world. The idea is to digitize every transaction or to digitize. So now I think because of COVID, even the department is becoming digital, in the sense we have launched our e-office, where even the file work will be done digitally. And a number of steps have been taken during the COVID period by the CBIC to leverage technology so that businesses could continue with businesses, not opening up their offices, but they could sit at home and continue with businesses. And we also, as a GST office, have been able to give connections, VPN connections to officers at their residences. And because the state of Maharashtra has directed us to work with 15% staff, we are also very hard pressed. So we have been able to leverage technology and enable officers to sit at home and work. So if you look at, because you're all representatives of the trade or working for the trade, you will look, if you look at the figures of refund, IGST as well as GST refunds, and the drawback amounts which we have sanctioned during the COVID period. I'm not going into the statistics because we have done a lot of work during this period, and sitting at home, our officers have been able to disburse crores and crores of money because we felt that the trade needs a lot of liquidity at this stage, as everybody is passing through difficult times with businesses getting great setbacks. So I think to a great extent, the department has been able to use this digital technology and able to aid the businesses. So one of the first and foremost achievements I would say for the department is becoming digital. As you know, during this particular period, we had a lot of imports of PPE kits, of many things which were required for COVID patients and treatment of patients, ventilators, oximeters, everything. Customs has been working 24/7, no doubt. Even with the COVID, our staff has been exposed to a lot of this, and many of our staff in Bombay, in different ports, have fallen sick. In spite of that, we have been able to carry forward, and our airport staff has been able to play a very important role for clearing passengers who have come in the evacuation flights, putting their lives at risk. So all this has been done during this COVID period. So I feel proud to be a part of an organization which has come forth during difficult times and tried to deliver, do its best, in spite of all the limitations that we have been facing. So just quickly, I could just run you through the achievements or through the main facilitations that we have done during this period. As I said, the Vande Mataram mission, then we have had the customs duty exemption for COVID-19 medical equipments. We had special exemptions. Then also we have had during COVID period, on the social service side also, we have been able to do a number of, we have able to help the society in many ways. Our officers have gone and distributed a lot of essential commodities and rations to the needy. So that is also one of the achievements which I'll add to the general achievements other than the work achievements. Then we have also ensured that there is a continuous movement of essential goods during the COVID period, generating about 3.5 crores e-way bills during the period, facilitating supplies of essential commodities like, as I said, PPEs, medicines, medical supplies, and hygiene products. So there is, if you look at it from the first to the fourth lockdown, so you'll find that there has been a five-fold increase in the number of daily e-way bills generated, with the value of supplies reaching almost 76% of the pre-lockdown period. So I think this is a great achievement during these difficult times. Further, we have also, on the customs side, we have leveraged technology to a great extent, and we have started the e-gate pass out of OOC that has been initiated, then online amendment of the bill of entry. Then we have been, there have been almost on an average in the big custom houses like JNPT and Bombay, Chennai, we have had 12,000 odd bills of entry being filed per day, 21,000 shipping bills filed even during this period, and 72 lakh hits in the ice gate and almost. So COVID, though it has affected, we have been continuously doing our work. As you will see, digital bill of entry, e-documents, e-gate pass, and we have also issued public notices, especially during this lockdown period, helping the customs zones to maintain the customs processing time at the same level as the pre-COVID period. And the largest port of Nhava Sheva achieved this while working with 1/3 of the regular manpower. You should take into consideration the fact that the manpower that we are using at this particular, especially in Maharashtra, which has been badly affected by COVID. Certain areas, the manpower is 50%, but in Maharashtra, especially in Bombay, Pune, we have been working at 15% of the manpower strength, and which is very less as compared to the other parts of the country, because Maharashtra has been badly hit. So in spite of the fact that Nhava Sheva worked with 1/3 of its regular manpower, we have been able to clear the consignments of essential commodities. And we are glad to, or rather proud to say that there were hardly any complaints regarding any problems regarding passage of essential commodities or clearance of essential commodities. Then further, we have also, during this lockdown period, we ensured that no e-way bill was suspended. Then to ensure domestic supplies and to ensure liquidity for the domestic manufacturers, we also ensured that they get their refunds on time. And we have been, in a way, we have been trying to continue with the workflow. See, though it has been affected, when you look at revenue collection has been very, very dismal. Of course, naturally it would be because of the businesses being affected. But in whatever way we could facilitate the trade at this juncture in the best possible way, I think the CBIC has tried to do its best by leveraging technology and ensuring that people work from home. And but we have a long way to go, no doubt, even after 3 years of GST. Though the initial issues that we had with GSTN are slowly being eliminated. We had a lot of issues in the beginning. The Act and the rules, the Act was enacted, but the IT infrastructure was not developed to that level at which the Act and the rules could be implemented. But it took its own time, naturally. Developing the IT for such a complicated tax structure would take its own time. So GSTN took its time, but slowly GSTN has also been, over the years, GSTN has also sort of stabilized to a great extent. And of course, further more has to be done. I'm sure you will all have many issues regarding anti-profiteering related provisions. There have been issues. Then, of course, advance rulings, with different states having different, committees for advance rulings. You have, for the same issue, you have different rulings coming out. Of course, that has also thrown up a lot of issues for the trade. So then you would also require a more clear IT map and definitive timelines for the new return system. And now, of course, the dates have been, the months have been declared for the invoices and new returns. Though yesterday in the GST meeting, when we interacted with the trade, they had requested that these dates need to be extended further. They needed more time for these new returns and e-invoicing. So these are the requests from the trade that we got yesterday. Of course, that we will look into. But the department has always tried to, at least in the zone I understand, Pune zone I can talk for, that we have been trying to interact with the trade, with the representatives of the trade on a regular basis, and trying to find out what their issues are, and if they are not, we are not in a position to solve it at the zonal level. We have always been ready to refer the matter to the policy wing of the board so that the issues get resolved. The idea behind meeting up is that if we cannot resolve it at our level, let the competent authorities try to resolve the issues. So anytime when you come up with a policy issue, when the trade comes up, I always tell them, you please give it in writing so that we can push it up to the board. And I always talk to the officers in the policy wing to ensure that they've got it and that please look into it so that Pune has this problem, the trade is facing this problem. So we may like to, please expedite whatever you have to explain on that particular issue or issue a circular clarifying the particular issue. So that is how we have progressed so far. And of course, I'm very, very sure that looking at the graph of the COVID in Maharashtra, the lockdown has further been extended for 1 more month. So I think we have to live with this, and the state might have further lockdowns, though we would not desire to have such lockdowns. But of course, the way the graph is moving up, it's not flattening, it's not plateauing. So we might have to continue for some time like this. So it's nice to have interactions, and we are always there to help you. And I'm sure the chartered accountants all the chartered accountants in Pune know that if they come to us, they'll get their queries clarified. And my request to the community of chartered accountants would be to be available whenever we want you to be there, because recently the board had also introduced the personal hearing through video conferencing. And for the, not for the GST matters, but for the pre-GST matters like excise and service tax matters, where your assessees have been issued a number of show cause notices, and even for appeals pending with the Commissioner Appeals. So though we had issued public notices on this, we had requested the trade to take use of this particular facility, we find that the response has been very lukewarm. So I'd request you, because there are some refunds also pending for want of hearing, where we have issued show cause notices. So I'd request the CAs to take it seriously and to come forth and represent your party, even in the virtual, by way of video conferencing, so that we can resolve the issues. You don't have to wait to come physically to the office. This is a facility which is being given and our officers are ready. We have sent out mails to many of our assessees to come forth, but I don't know why there is a hesitation, and I've been asking my officers, so very few have replied to us and have been ready to come on a virtual hearing. So I'd request the CAs to please look into this issue, cooperate, so that we can, the pending numbers can be reduced. And in refunds, of course, it was for the health of the business that we are telling you to come forth and attend the hearings. So I request you to tell your assessees or you to make use of them. It's the same like any other hearing, and now everything will be virtual. So we should get used to this concept of meeting virtually and resolving our issues. So this would be my request. And as Mr. Rajendra Kumar has already said, I'm glad to know that you are also taking action against erring CAs, because every community has some black sheep, no doubt. So at least there should be a deterring action against them, and at least there should be the fear of law that is there. So I'm glad that you're looking into this issue, and so that a few black sheep, they don't spoil the name of the entire community. So it's a good step in your direction. I know it's painful to penalize your own people, but if it is required, then you have no other option but to do it. So we are glad that you have taken cognizance of that. And on this particular day, my request would be that let us interact often like this. Let us interact and try to solve the issues that you have. And what are your expectations from us? We would also like to know. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling me in this session. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. for your wonderful insights and about the development of various initiatives taken by GST Department as well as Customs Department. I now request Yashwant Kasar to please take forth queries of the members and make this moderate the session.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Krishna ma'am, for giving us the overview of what department is doing in this COVID situation. And really want to thank you because the department is also flexible and they have understood the situation and they have extended all the due dates. Yes, of course, as you mentioned that industry is pitching for more extension. That is also which department can consider. But one observation from members that these extended due dates, many taxpayers, they are not aware of it. So if from department side, if departments can send SMS and emails to taxpayers and make them aware of these extended due dates, because what is happening, CAs are aware, tax consultants are aware, but the taxpayers, they are all not aware about that. So if from proactive department sends, then that will help. Another query which we always get from our CA members is that the late fees are waived now, but what about the late fees which the taxpayers have already paid? So whether they will get the refund for that or what is the stand on that? So this is the query we frequently get from our clients and we want the answer what we can give them. Yes.
Yes, Yashwant, I think first thing is regarding the, dissemination of information regarding extension of due dates. And of course, I don't know because we have already put it on the website. Of course, Pune Zone's website has it. As you said, the trade is not aware. Sending SMSs is not a problem that we will do. And we'll definitely send to the associations also that these are the due. You can also circulate. No problem with that. And as regards the second question is concerned regarding whether what you have paid up, you will get a refund because that is a policy decision. I will not be able to say that from my end. So if you forward it to me if you send a proposal to me, I can forward it to the policy wing. That much I can do because this is not a decision which has been taken at the highest level. This is not there in any of the circulars which doesn't talk about what happens to already paid late fees. So we can also take up this issue with the policy wing. So if you can send a two-liner to me, we will do that. And of course, dissemination of these due dates, we can send SMSs. We have no issue with that.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. One more thing, what is this, during this lockdown period, all the businesses are not totally open or their operations are hampered. Even CA's offices are not totally functional. We are also facing the crunch of manpower. We are also operating with the limited staff capacity. So what is the status from department side about the assessments or departmental audits during this period?
See, regarding the what mainly we have been focusing on during this period is facilitating the trade. So what with 15% of our staff, we have been mainly focusing only on how to give you liquidity. So what we have focused on these 4 months is basically on refunds, on drawback, IGST and GST refunds, as well as on the on drawback and as well as on registrations, because registrations is a regular feature that has been going on without hampering. And of course, certain cancellations for which the party has already approached us, that also has been going on. As regards adjudications also, we want to go ahead with them because many show cause notices are piling up. So this is one place where we request, that's why I was requesting you, please make use of the virtual hearing and whatever you can finish off or wherever you've got submissions to make, wherever your documents are available, please appear on virtual this thing and come and meet us virtually and finish off your cases. As regards GST audit, we have not started anything. They are doing their desk reviews. We are keeping things ready because with the COVID, with the lockdown, we are not in a position to visit and do our audits. So the desk review preparation is going on. We are keeping the data ready. So as and when the lockdown opens up, we will start our audit work also. So as far as the audit is concerned, presently, we are not doing any auditing. We are only keeping our data ready. We are doing that. We'll start that only once everything is clear.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Abhishek, I think if any member has any query, we should take up that.
Yeah. I request all the members who has any query or concerns also, they may please raise a hand and we will unmute.
Any concerns regarding refunds, if anybody has, you may please let me know, because we are trying to finish off all the refunds at the earliest. Even the pre-GST refunds, service tax and excise, whatever is by 15 July, we are planning to bring it down to nil. So if anybody has any issues regarding refunds, please let me know. We'll look into it.
Abhishek, CA Manish Somani has a query regarding refunds.
Yeah, please.
Please.
I'll unmute him.
Yeah, but yeah, please unmute Manish.
I see a query on here of Manish Somani. He has talked about department has cleared all the backlog of tax refunds for 1920. We congratulate the tax department for ensuring clearing of refunds. However, there are few large value refunds of 17, 18, 18, 19. These are refunds where assessments under section 143 and 143(1) orders are already issued. Any instructions on clearing applications on Vivad Se Seva Vishwas scheme? But the Vivad Se Seva is pertaining to income tax.
Income tax, yeah.
Yeah, this is income tax.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with indirect taxes.
Madam, one more query is coming. I have received message regarding the Tran 1 thing. Many of the assessees have not been credited with the Tran 1 their credits. So and a few judgments are there where they are requested to approach the department, and department on individual basis can open the Tran 1 window for respective client. So how we can, madam, if you can guide us to whom we should contact, or what is the view of the department in this regard?
On this particular issue, can you just forward the this thing requisition to us regarding Tran 1? There must be individual cases.
Right. Yes.
So if you can forward it to us, because depending on which commissionerate it pertains to, then only we'll have to look individually at each case. So if you can forward it, then we can tell whom to meet and which commissionerate does the jurisdiction lie in, then we can direct that particular assessee to a particular commissioner. So if you could mail us, and we can give Akash's mail, Akash Chowdhury. We'll give you the mail of a joint commissioner who can be the nodal officer, and you can mail to him so that he will then forward to the respective commissioners, and that will be quicker. So if it comes to one particular officer in the CC unit, we'll be able to monitor it better. So I'll just, in the chat, you can just forward the mail. So please mail it, any query, anything, please mail to Mr. Akash Chowdhury, who is the joint commissioner in the CC unit. He can be the single point contact, and from there we can get it directed to the respective commissioners. That will make things easier. So this Tran 1, we'll have to look at it individually now.
Okay, madam. Rajendra Kumar P, sir, anything we want to share? Otherwise, I don't think so there are any queries from the members right now.
Sir, thank you very much, Chairman, sir. Madam, the concern of the trade and industry is with respect to the regularly happenings in the technological front. I mean, I am certainly confident that you will not be able to do much on that. The GSTN is looking into it.
Looking after.
Yes, madam. In fact, from our side also, we are continuously coordinating with the GST. I would also request you to put in a word as and when necessary to the GSTN authority.
That we definitely do. If you tell us this is the issue.
Yes, madam.
Normally
yes, madam. I am aware.
But there are issues.
And madam, from the my little limited experience, I would like to tell you, rather request you that to the extent possible, the trade and industry must be given a fair clarification with respect to the rates of taxes, because if you look at the notification 1/2017, which prescribes the rates of GST, I mean, in the last column of that, we say that all the entire classification will be with respect to the Customs Tariff Act, and the entire Customs Tariff Act has not been borrowed. We have just picked and chosen and then put the rates. So there may be a differentiation. There may be some issues also for which members go to, the trade goes to AAR, and as you very rightly said, AAR is giving many different judgments across the states. But if you look at the AAR prior to GST, it was a judicial forum, and there were judicial officers posted there.
And there was a single AAR that made a lot of difference.
That made a lot of difference, madam. Please work on your side to see whether some kind of such AAR can be put in place. Yes. Otherwise, madam, it's difficult not only for the trade and industry, but also for the department with cases filing.
For the department also.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. So many show-cause notices being issued and on the rate class, on the rates, etc., which will then all hell will break loose.
And the best part is that after the AR's ruling, we always say that it doesn't have any precedent value. So yes, that is also a point which. So it's individually, because I have worked in the AR, the pre GST AR. I've been an additional commissioner in the secretariat.
Oh, yes,
so I worked with the Supreme Court, retired Supreme Court Justice Mr. Reddy also. So, so
we have always been appreciative of the AR in the pre-GST era.
Yes, it was a different.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
So,
in fact,
what I
madam,
request is, whatever you have said, wherever you want that an action has to be taken, I'd like you to translate it into a representation and forward it so that we can take it and some action can be taken on it. So if you have any issues, please put it into words and send it across to us.
And madam, but I would just like to request you that all your officers who need our institute's publications, if Pune branch can be, if you can put one of your PR officers to the Pune branch chairman and this Chandrasekhar Chitleji, our honorable central council members, we will courier the publications of the ICAI.
Yeah, I wanted that, but why don't you do that on a regular basis? Whenever your publication comes, I'll put Atul Bamne, who is my superintendent on the job. He knows Mr. Abhishek Damne also. So if we can give a particular address, we'll give the address. You please ensure that the publications reach certain officers, regularly, so that we don't have to keep asking. That would be nice. Because I like your publications. They're very well drafted and they come in very handy. So last time also I contacted, I think, Madam Ruta Chitle to get me that compilation. So we'll be glad if you could, on a regular basis, ensure that it reaches our office.
Thank you. Sure,
sure, madam. We will take care of that. Yeah, yeah. Madam, Yashwant, last two queries are there. Yashwant, can you take up?
Yes.
Rajendra Kumar, sir. Sir, can we, for younger officers, can we have some training session as like we did pre-GST era? Rajendra Kumar, sir.
Yeah, because I just unmuted. In fact, absolutely no problem, sir. The ICAI is always ready to conduct any number of training programs, but these are COVID times. Whether you want it in a virtual mode or physical mode is always very apt, but in virtual mode also we can conduct. If there are a number of officers who require a small training, we will certainly do it. Absolutely no problem. Whether it is central officers or the state officers, we are always open, sir. Absolutely no problem. Thank you.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yashwant, last two queries and then we will conclude.
Yes, we are seeing some queries in the chat box. Ma'am, one of the queries that the taxpayers are getting the notices with the same UDIN number, whereas UDIN should be unique to each notice.
Yeah, it should be different. Can you specifically tell me any of the, so that I can tell the commissioners to look into this, because DIN numbers have to be separate.
Yeah,
Or
this is a query
are
of,
they different notices to the same SSC or different SSCs?
Shraddha, should I unmute you?
yes, please unmute Shraddha.
Yeah.
DIN number.
As per the query,
It
it's for
appears
all
that
SSCs the
certain
same number.
notices are issued to all SSCs. I'm not very sure. I don't think this could have happened unless, but let me check this out. Since you brought it to my notice, let me check it out. If you could tell me which particular SSC, I could check up from the respective commissionerate also. That would serve the purpose, but because there are so many commissioners under me, I wouldn't know which commissionerate it pertains to. So if Shraddha Somani could just give me a reference as to which SSC or which SSCs have received notices with the same DIN, I could just, it could be a more focused inquiry than, a general inquiry among the commissioners.
Yeah. Madam, I think
mail
so she's left for the meeting.
You can just tell her to mail to Akash Chowdhury.
Yeah.
I've given the mail of Akash Chowdhury.
Yeah, yeah.
Please
Yes.
mail it to us so that we can immediately
Dear
look into it.
participant, please note that email for the concerned officer has been circulated by ma'am itself. So whatever queries you have, you may approach us, or you can mail to akash.chagule@gov.in. Please refer chat box for the same. Yashwant.
Abhishek, if you can unmute Nishant Mundada, he has some query. I think
Okay.
he's here.
Ishan Mundada.
I have done that. Nishan, you may speak.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Madam, I would request if you could provide some directives for refund processing. The reason why I'm saying this is there are some, every officer requests for certain documents such as, FIRC, the mentioning of the invoices in the FIRC. Somebody requires a statement as such. If you could issue directives to us as assessees and the officers also, so that the pressure or the documents can be kept in hand before applying for the refund, and it could make life easier for all of us.
You are talking I think, let me just clarify. You are talking in terms of having a checklist so that
Yes.
you know what are the documents to be submitted and we know what we are supposed to receive. That is what you are talking about, I suppose.
Yes.
A sort of a checklist so that you know the
Yes.
documents to be and that the refund, it is not delayed on account of the fact that you have not given a document or not.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
So that we can look into. Yes, there is already a checklist as far as I know.
Yes, madam, there is already one checklist.
The circular itself talks about what is to be looked into. If I remember the refund circular which was issued, the date I don't recall, but that itself says it was a circular issued by Upendra Gupta, and there itself it tells which are the documents to be given for GST refunds. However, for helping you, we can also circulate it once again. No issue with that.
Thank you.
Okay.
That would help.
Yogesh ji, you please ask your question. Yogesh Dikshit ji.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, madam.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, madam, actually just one suggestion in refund issue only.
Yes.
As per this circular number 135, as per para 6, they have mentioned they have made it compulsory to mention the HSN and SSC of all purchase invoices in Annexure B. Actually, madam,
Yes.
the purpose given in that para is said that the officer is not able to identify whether it is a capital goods or input services.
Okay.
That is the object given in the para.
Yeah.
But madam, first of all, in our GST law, as per section 219, capital goods is defined in that. It is defined the value which is capitalized in the books of accounts by the SSC. So first of all, what is capital goods and what is not? It is a subjective concept and depends on the SSC. Secondly, in Annexure B, there is already mentioning of input services and capital goods description is there. So by adding this requirement, it has resulted into a very
lot of documentation, I think.
14,000 invoices. 14,000 invoices, and it is delaying the refund claim launching. So if you can just take up this issue, that requirement is absolutely not there, madam.
Yeah, we'll pick up this issue. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you, Abhishek ji. Thank you, Abhishek ji.
Yogesh ji, it is Yogesh Dikshit, isn't it, who has asked this question? While madam will also take it up at her end, from the committee, what we regularly interact with the officials of the policy. Yes, madam. So Yogesh ji can send a mail to the committee, gst@icej.in, with a copy to me, rk@icej.in, and we will prepare a proper representation and we'll directly contact the officer also. Because see, at the field level, madam will be very busy. We have to appreciate that also. At the field level, she has got various other responsibilities. We will take it up on your end and we will do it settle. Thank you.
Any other queries? I don't think anything. Yeh tha na?
Yes, madam. Thank you so much on behalf of Pune branch for giving us your valuable time and interacting with us, and also taking queries also. And I would like to appreciate you have spontaneously given the email ID also to whom we should contact. So that's really appreciable, madam. And we look forward for your support in future too. And as described by you, if required, we will again approach and request you for further meeting if required. And I'm sure you or we would get all the support required from your side as always. Yes. So thank you, RP, RK, Rajendra Kumar sir, Yashwant, and all the members for joining in. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.